greetings of the 2021 kind, Asian culture vultures. You are watching the first Bird Eye review show of the new year with me, Natalie. In this month's show, it's 3 full-on films: AKvsAK, Coolie No1, and The White Tiger, all 3 starring the big hitters of Bollywood. So, with my New Year's resolution of not wasting time, let's get straight down to it with AKvsAK on Netflix.
My question is for Anurag, sir. How can we make it big into the industry like you?
You can't, unless your surname is Kapoor.
Anurag Kashyap versus Anil Kapoor. The well-known director and actor play versions of themselves within this unusual reality TV-esque film within a film.
इसको जानता कौन है? फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा फ्रॉड है।
Kashyap, a director in the film but not of the film, gives a brilliant performance as a self-obsessed, unhinged narcissist who kidnaps a famous actor's daughter, documenting the actor's search for her on film.
आप उसे खोजोगे असली, आपको चोट लगेगी वो भी असली, आप रोगे तो वो भी असली.
As well as acting in the film, he also wrote the dialogues and exec produced. Although primarily known for his directing work, Gangs of Wasseypur, Bombay Velvet, Sacred Games, to name but a few, he is no stranger to being on camera, playing cameos and regular roles over the years.
आप हंसोगे तो वो भी हंसी नहीं आएगी.
He's quite brilliant in AKvsAK, naturalistic and nuanced. The same goes for Anil Kapoor. Playing a version of himself, he really puts himself into the part, at times at his own expense. He allows the script to attack him, his age and suitability for hero roles.
टाइम नहीं आपके पास, 10 घंटे, उसको बचा लो.
In fact, both the AKs allow the other to question their success and failures. The film is actually directed by Vikram Bahrani, a long-time collaborator with Kashyap, part of the now disbanded Phantom Films. They were very much instrumental in the creative success of Sacred Games. The use of shaky, handheld footage, single-camera viewpoints and long takes gives a different experience for the audience.
पहला रूल, आपको पुलिस को फोन नहीं करना है.
It, like a documentary, and indeed the onstage Q&A, which starts the film and the trailer, has us wondering where real life ends and the acting begins.
दूसरा रूल, कोई आउटसाइडर को इन्वॉल्व नहीं करने का.
By using their real names, real locations, and, I believe, real people as opposed to actors in the street scenes, it allows the actors, in particular Kapoor, to showcase a different skill set. No doubt, it would have been challenging, physically and mentally, for both the actors and the crew. At so many points I wondered, how did they do this? Lighting, sound, focus. From a technical perspective, it's just as impressive. Further additions of realism are the inclusion of Kapoor's real-life daughter Sonam, who gets kidnapped and is unable to contact the outside world. And her brother, Harshvardhan. He gives an excellent performance as an over-enthusiastic fan of Kashyap and jilted actor desperate to be part of things. There is so much to unpick and discuss in AKvsAK. I truly believe that many a media studies essay will be written about it. It's an open window into the reality of the industry, showing how deals are done, the effect of celebrity, and the lengths that actors go to maintain their public persona and love of the audience. All of the positives aside, after a while it feels a little too clever though for its own good, as if all the thinking went into the setup and not enough for the build to the climax. The storyline wavered, became confused, and was never really truly resolved, in my opinion.
इंस्पेक्टर साहब, इसे गिरफ्तार कीजिए और पूछिए मेरी बेटी कहाँ है? मैं आपके हाथ जोड़ता हूँ, भीख मांगता हूँ.
In spite of this, though, I think it's a game changer, akin to Run Lola Run or the Blair Witch Project. AKvsAK, 3.75 stars out of 5.
साला याला म्हणतात ऍक्टिंग.
क्या बात है.
ये एक्टिंग नहीं है.
नहीं सर, ऍक्टिंग लगी नहीं रही है. सुपर हिट है.
Our second film this month also relies on a parent-child connection. But that is where the similarities start and end.
तुमको मालूम किससे बात करता है? सिंगापुर का राजा महेंद्र प्रताप का बेटा कुंवर राज प्रताप सिंह.
Varun Dhawan is the hero of this directed by daddy Bollywood cliché.
Kapoor साहब हैं?
Coolie No1 on Amazon Prime. Far-fetched, unfunny, and seriously outdated.
Yes.
ATM का फोन है.
ATM, sir.
अंबानी, ट्रम्प, मोदी. Conference call है.
It's the story of a pundit's revenge on a money-obsessed father, tricking him into marrying his daughter to a lowly luggage porter.
दुनिया मेरा घर है, स्टेशन मेरा अड्डा, जब मन करे आ जाना, राजू मेरा नाम है.
Despite the film's lackluster effort to make carrying suitcases into some kind of superhero achievement, the concept is tacky and insulting. It's a remake of the film from 1995, which starred Govinda and Karisma Kapoor, with her step-niece, Sara Ali Khan, now filling her shoes, which is a nice touch. I'm not quite sure, though, why director David Dhawan has chosen to resurrect his film from 1995, especially as 25 years later, values and humour have quite rightly progressed.
मामा जी मेरे साथ ही रहेंगे, कहीं नहीं जाएंगे.
माँ का घोंसला छोड़ के भांजी के घोंसले में रहना चाहते ना.
Watching Coolie No1 2020 is like stepping back in time, like having Christmas dinner with your awkward racist uncle. Admittedly, there was no racism. Actually, tell a lie. Although no blackface, there was some weird pretending to speak Japanese or Chinese or something.
मतलब हमारा जूस किम का बंगला आके दे.
Some fat jokes, some excellent sexism, and general demeaning women to house slaves and chattels.
You jolly young man, वो भी मेरी बेटी है. हाँ? Heaven on the docks, man. जुड़वा out of the box, man.
And, as if it couldn't get any worse, some cringe-worthy cross-dressing.
मैं नौजवानों की दिल की धड़कन हूँ, रातों की रानी हूँ. What say, man?
Heaven on the dock, man. Beauty in the frock, man.
Bravo, David Dhawan, bravo. You've single-handedly taken us back to the bad old days.
तो कौन है वो?
वो सिर्फ कुली है, कुली है, कुली है.
Sara has been defending the film in interviews, saying that if one views things through a politically correct lens, then any scope of humour in our lives will be lost. To which I say, nice try, Sara, but absolute rubbish. Something that is insulting, regressive and tired is where humour is lost. Mocking someone or something is not funny, it's bullying.
चल बे, turkey.
I wish I could find something good to say about Coolie No1, but I can't. Doozy No1. 1 out of 5. Too harsh?
As you're still here, make sure to hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Comments welcome below. Also, why not share and spread the love? Alright, oh sorry, where do you want me to sit? Just there. Okay, 2 seconds.
I want to break free.
And finally, something so rare.
Only once every generation.
The White Tiger.
Based on the best-selling, award-winning book by Arvind Adiga, it's the story of Balram, a poor village boy keen to escape, gaining employment as a driver for the village overseer's family.
Hey, how much rope?
Hey, don't do that.
Balram, played by Adarsh Gourav, tells us his story of how he becomes the family's #1 driver and semi-loyal servant.
Balram, have you ever seen a computer?
We had many of them in the village with the goats.
Rajkumar Rao is the overseer's son, and Priyanka Chopra Jonas, his wife. Don't forget the Jonas.
Hey, driver.
I'm Pinky, nice to meet you.
She finding it near impossible to adjust to life in India as a first-generation Indian American, and he at odds with his years in America for college and the return to India and the family business.
Why would you kick him? Why would you hit him like that?
You're my driver.
Books to film always evoke strong reactions in their fans. The wrong casting, the reduction of plot, yada yada yada.
The desire to be a servant had been hammered into my skull.
But with this one, it has been done superbly. Quite possibly due to the director Ramin Bahrani's lengthy friendship with the book's author, and therefore intimate knowledge of the soul of the book.
I knew then this was the master for me.
Check out my interview with Ramin, which we'll be releasing after January 18th. Not only Ramin, but also Adarsh and Priyanka, Chopra Jonas. The film brings India to life in all its rawness and extremes. Like with Slumdog, I think this may be displeasing to some. How can you portray India like this? This isn't realistic. La la la.
I, Balram Halwai, I drove the car. I was alone in the car.
But to that I say, well done. This is a film, like the book, that needs to be watched, read, discussed, and for actions and attitudes to be questioned, explored, challenged, and dare I say it, even changed.
They had plans. I had plans too.
I was excited to learn of The White Tiger, going from book to screen. Even more happy to see Priyanka Chopra Jonas not only acting but also executive producing. Her Purple Pebble Pictures doing great stuff recently.
I'm trying to save your life, Balu.
Releasing on the 22nd of January on Netflix, I'm giving The White Tiger 4.5 out of 5. Other shows I'm keen to watch that I'm hearing good things about are the series Ludo with Pankaj Tripathi and the film Is Love Enough, Sir?, which I wish I'd watched instead of you know what, especially considering my New Year's resolution of not wasting time. Anyways, we live and learn. See you next month, Culture Vultures.